If you've been wondering where I've been at for the past 2 weeks, I injured my left hand at work, and because of this I haven't been able to draw because I use my left hand to hold down the paper or for typing when I'm editing video, and so I wanted to let all my subscribers know that I'm back now and I'll be making drawing videos, and the next few videos I'll be uploading are going to be a bit different. It's going to be more audio, just me talking, and I also have some drawing videos that I'll be uploading. I've been working on improving myself mentally and discovering who I am and what else I want in life. And with the 2 weeks of downtime that I've had from drawing, I took that time to continue being productive and figure out what I want and what I want to do with this channel and with my life. And I'm not going to quit because drawing for me is a part of who I am. And if I quit doing it, I feel like I'm just withering away, regardless of if I'm successful at it or not. So if I don't draw, I feel like I'm failing because I'm not doing something I enjoy. And with art, there's high risk and high reward, but I might as well take the risk because doing anything else is going to be a failure anyways, because I'm not doing something I enjoy. And I just want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this and all of my videos. It means a lot to me. Every subscriber that I have means a lot to me. I don't take for granted the people in my life that actually care about who I am and what I'm doing. And if there's anybody that ever has any questions or needs any help, I'll do what I can to help you. And I feel that the best I can do, because there's just so many people out there and it's difficult to reach so many people if you're not going to take the time to help them. Because if you're just being egotistical and only caring about what happens to yourself, it's not really possible to help others, because you're always going to have the outlook or the perspective of self-interest, and that can be a manifestation of things that have happened in your life that are difficult or things that are bad. And you can't let the bad things that happen to you in your environment control your mindset. You just have to let go of a lot of things. And this channel has helped me a lot to discover who I am and what I want. And I find that doing art is something that helps me express who I am, and I've always found myself to be very complicated. I find it easier to help others more than it has been to help myself. And at this point, I've discovered that what has helped me the most is expressing myself through artwork, and through that I'm helping others. So I guess in a way, I enjoy being helpful to other people, and I don't want to go back to being the person that I used to be a long time ago, to where I was blaming the world around me and blaming everyone else for what happened to me and for who I was. I guess as we age and we get older, we mature more, and we understand that not everything is about us, and sometimes you have to just let go of the pain in the past to move forward. And it can be difficult to do that when it feels like the whole world is out to get you. It feels like everything is there to bring you down. And as I continue doing this, it allows me to really dig deep into my mind to figure out how I feel about things, because I've always been very confused about understanding myself. And through the process of doing this and helping other people, I'm figuring myself out more. And with that, I'm helping others in the process. I know that not understanding yourself is a bad thing if you're trying to help other people. And as I said earlier, helping other people is helping me figure myself out. So it's a positive on both ends. And I do tend to go on to tangents of talking about random things, and that's just how my mind works. That's just how I process things. And I used to talk really fast, and it was hard for people to understand me. So now I've just tried to slow down my speaking and really think about what's going on in my head. And I feel that the reason I always talked so fast was because growing up I was never able to express myself. I was never able to communicate anything with people. And I always have so much going on in my mind that it's difficult to express that. And when I was younger, I was very antisocial. I didn't really talk to anybody. And for those of us that are artists that feel that we're introvert, I think that we're actually a very social type of a person. We're very extroverted, but it's in a different way. We put the social part of us into our artwork that we express to others. It's not verbally, it's an image. You're putting everything that's in your mind that you want to put out for the world to understand and to see and understand. You're putting that on a canvas or a piece of paper, or if you're doing digital art, whatever type of media that you're using. You're putting everything that you are onto something for the world to see. And that is a form of communication because, thousands of years ago and way before we had written language, people used images to express ideas and thoughts. So you would never consider them to be antisocial because they were trying to be social. They just didn't have the intelligence at the time to express it in a language or words that could be understood by other people. And the way that I think about things, I have a difficult time sometimes trying to find the words to express what I'm thinking. And that's one thing that I really love about drawing and creating art is I don't have to think in a way that's all verbal. I can use my mind in a way that's processes images more, which is very helpful for me. And it's a way of expressing what I'm thinking, and it allows me to get through that barrier that is very difficult for me to overcome. And sometimes people get frustrated when I speak to them or try to express what I'm thinking, and they tell me that I'm confusing, they don't understand what I'm talking about. And so I continue doing this, not because of the fact that people might not understand me. I'm doing it because this is what I enjoy. And if someone has a question about who I am and what I do and what I want in life, I feel that if I continue doing this and expressing myself in an artistic way, that maybe the world around me and the people that are around me and my family and friends will understand that. And I wouldn't say that I'm antisocial. I would be to the modern society's terms of verbally communicating with people. I usually prefer to be alone, drawing or doing things and thinking a lot about life and what I want to become and what I want to do with my life in the future. And many times people will have many friends and they talk to a lot of people. Such as when they're using social media, they have a lot of friends on there. They talk to all these people, they post all these pictures of friends and everything. And I think that's a form of external validation, because in the world today we have all this social media and there's not much one-on-one connection with people. There's not a lot of what's the word? See, that's what I mean when I sometimes have a difficult time trying to find the word, but I know exactly what it is that I'm thinking. But as I was saying, people want to form a lot of connection with people that are very small, when for me, I want to form stronger connections with each individual that I interact with. And with the technology and the world that we have today, we don't have that as much. And I think that's why a lot of people are getting depressed and they're just lost of who they are and what they want in life, because they don't know who they are, because everything in the world is about external validation, about what other people think of you, and not really discovering who you are and what you want, because you're told from a young age to be a certain person, to follow certain rules, or to do certain things a certain way, that for creative people, we don't fall in that category. We're more so leaders. And so if you take someone and try to put them into a box to follow rules and everything, they're going to be told that they have psychological problems, that they're weird, that they need help and so on. When that's not the case, it's just that they're different and they're not understood by the world around them, because they're trying to be confined in a box that everyone else is in. And yet those same people are saying that you accept everyone for who they are, and everybody works differently, but yet what they say and their actions are very different. Just as the saying goes, actions speak louder than words, or an image, a picture's worth 1,000 words. And so I really believe that an image or an idea is far superior than a lot of talk about things that are not important, such as meaningless conversations with a lot of people, rather than having a very important conversation with one person. And growing up as a kid, all the people that were very meaningful to me, that I had a really close connection with, they all passed away, and I got a bit lost in life. And I made mistakes. I'm not perfect. Perfection does not exist. And I'm just trying to be the best person I can be. And I try not to take sides in anything. I don't try to have a strict belief or identify myself as any certain type of person. And in the world today, people identify themselves as a certain type of person, or they box themselves in as something, this idea that they want to be, or they think they are. And with all this social media and everything that's going on, they identify as that, but it's all based on the external world around them, of what others think of them. They never really understand themselves or discover who they are. And you go through life like that, it's gonna ruin a lot of things: work, family, relationships. And then people wonder why things aren't working in their relationships, or family, or friendships, or work. Because your personality, that's you can't just go through life trying to be something that you're not, and then expect to get a different result. Because insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It's like if you keep putting your hand on the burner and wondering why it burned you, expecting to get a different result every time. You've got to just be yourself and do what makes you happy. Don't do what others want you to do. Don't do things just because the world says that that's how it's supposed to be done. And I went many years of my life thinking that happiness was in the safety of external validation of others, and the idea that you have to be a certain way, or you have to have a certain job, or pursue certain goals to be fulfilled in life. And that's not the case. We're all completely different. We all have completely different ideas. And to each of us, those ideas are very meaningful to us. Just as someone might be a mathematician, and that might seem meaningless to an artist. And to a mathematician, art might seem meaningless. But just as there is chaos and order, one can't live without the other. If you live in life with complete peace and there's nothing different happening, you're not stimulating your mind to do anything, you'll get very, very bored and you'll just lose interest. And as long as you keep just some chaos in your life that is not negative, and what I mean by that is not doing chaos as in a bad thing. I mean chaos as doing something that's a little bit different, takes a slight risk, and doing the thing that you enjoy. And just keep pushing the boundaries, just keep trying. And don't let others that haven't got to where you are, or those that have failed around you, tell you that it can't be done. People that tell you that it can't be done, or hey, this is impossible. A lot of times they say that either because they can't do it and they're jealous because they failed at it, or because they are either a family member and they don't want to see you fail because they care about you as a person. And to learn anything in life, you have to fail. And to ever learn anything at any point, you have to be wrong. You have to accept being wrong at some point in life. You can't always be right about anything. And if you want to learn something, you have to be really engaged in the subject. You can't really learn anything if you're not engaged in it. You may be able to repeat information, but that's not really true intelligence. True intelligence is reading something and figuring out what it is that you understand from that. I don't believe that true intelligence is just taking information, remembering it, and spitting it out again like a machine. Because the world needs creativity. The world needs somebody just like you. So be yourself, and don't ever give up. Who you are and what you are is not determined by those around you. Your life is yours. Your life is your canvas. Paint it as you want.